Welcome to this edition of Canton Contact. I'm your host, Peg Stevens. My first guest is here today to give us an update about an upcoming Still Got It Players production that is set to take place at the Village Theater at Cherry Hill. Joining me now with all the information is Joe Arcel, who is the director of the upcoming Still Got It Players production of Harry's Angel. Joe, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Peg. Great to see you after all this time.
Oh, so glad to see you as well. Now, before we get to your production, would you mind telling us a little bit about Still Got It Players?
Sure, be happy to. When I first came to Spotlight Players was in 2005, and in 2006, the Spotlight Players decided they were going to extend the group. So they developed a youth program and they developed a senior program. So they called the youth program Spotlight on Youth. And of course, for the seniors, they decided to call it Still Got It Players. So it means, though, even though you get a little older, you still got it if you're a true thespian.
Absolutely.
So that's how it evolved. And so we're part of the main group. And but we do concentrate on doing comedies. And we do ours in the Biltmore Theater, which is a much more intimate setting for the patrons.
Now you have a comedy coming up, Harry's Angel. Would you mind telling us a little bit about the plot?
Okay, let me do that. I'm going to just read off here because I wrote this for our advertising. Harry's Angel is a comedy about an Italian brother and sister, a divorced owner of a failing Jewish deli, an Irish bookie, and a 31-year-old former exotic dancer. They are tied together by the oldest of human emotions, love, and in all its shapes and forms. This is a laugh romp through 5 lives, with each of them affecting the others with an ultimate, often unexpected resolution.
Oh, fabulous. And of course, comedy ensues when they all get together, right?
It's definitely comic, right?
Oh.
But in different forms, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us about this particular cast.
Okay, I have 3 ladies and 2 gentlemen, all over 50, and the age of 50, that is. And luckily, I've got 2 new people that I've never worked with before. And when you're dealing with the senior segment, sometimes it's a little difficult to get seniors to want to come out and audition. But I was fortunate that they saw our casting calls, and so I got 2 new people, and they are wonderful. I'm just so happy to add them to the cast and to our list of the performing seniors.
Absolutely. And how are the rehearsals going?
Oh, I love the rehearsals, Peg. I mean, to me, I get more enjoyment out of the rehearsals than I do the presentation, the performances, because as a director, I like to formulate, of course, in my mind, after reading the script, exactly what I think the playwright was intending, and of course, from that, I develop my own mind how I think it should develop, and so. What I do, first time we get together as a cast, I formulate what I call my framework of my directing. So it gives them an idea what to expect. So I formulate this framework, and I tell them, because I formulate the framework, and the framework will include the blocking, which if people don't know what blocking is, it's the positioning of the actors where they'll be during the scenes on the stage. And I say, I'll formulate that. I'll give you a total overview of what I think these characters are about. But within that framework, I want you to develop the character. So in essence, it's like a painting. I'm the frame, you develop the picture. Okay?
Fascinating. Now, what are some of the themes that will be portrayed in this production?
A theme, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by a theme.
Or a message or something that you think the audience will take away from this particular
as
play?
I mentioned, it will definitely center on love and humor. There is a brother-sister relationship. if you know Italians. They are loud to each other, almost sound like they're arguing, but in essence, they really love each other. But unfortunately, you know, Harry is a compulsive gambler, and he's always going to his sister to bail him out, and dealing with an Irish bookie who likes to wield a baseball bat if you don't pay on time. You can imagine where that's going.
Absolutely.
Well, but the nice part about it is you have this naive, I hate to use the word naive, but she is, 31-year-old exotic dancer who discovers herself during the play. And even though she grew up in foster homes, she finally develops her own self. And in doing so, she solves Harry's problem.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. Now, when is the production taking place at the Village Theater?
May 19th through the 22nd. So that's Thursday through Sunday. Thursday and Friday. Saturday we have evening performances. We have 2 matinees on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon.
And where can folks get tickets to these performances?
Oh, definitely. You can use the website, www.spotlightplayers.mi.org.
Excellent.
ORG.
Now, Joe, we are almost out of time, but I wanted to revisit. You said that these productions are taking place in the Biltmore studio.
Yes.
And you have a very special connection to the Biltmore studio. Can you tell us about that?
Nice way to sneak it in. Yes, a few years back in 2019, I was always a little concerned about the comfort of our patrons at the studio because they were sitting on pretty hard metal chairs and I saw them being restless. So I asked the supervisor of the theater at that time if they were ever going to get new chairs for that venue. And he said that it wasn't budgeted that year, but they were planning on it the following year. And I had a show that was going to be coming up in about a month called Hallelujah Girls. And I said, well, Joe, is there any way we can get the chairs before that? And he said, no, I'm sorry, Joe. And I said, well, listen, would you do me a favor? Find out what the total cost of it will be, and I will buy them for you. And he just said, what? But he did, and I did buy the chairs. I bought 100 new chairs for the studio.
Oh, how wonderful.
And they're comfortable.
Yeah, they are. I can attest to that. I've sat in them. So
Okay.
Thank you very much. You are an angel to the Village Theater at Cherry Hill. So we are almost out of time, but I understand that you have some auditions coming up. So can you just give us a quick highlight of some of the ones that folks can
Well, I
audition
can give you
for?
a rundown of what we're going to do in season 2023, if you like that. And
Yeah, just a couple, because we are almost out of time.
All right, great. We start out with The Sound of Music in the fall, okay? That's the Spotlight Players production on the main stage. After that, we're going to do something we've been wanting to do for a long time, White Christmas. And of course, that comes in right around the holiday season. After that, the junior show is Disney's Aladdin Jr., followed by Catch Me If You Can, which is, of course, from the movie Catch Me If You Can. And the last show, of course, is another Still Got a Players show in next spring, which will be Boarding House.
Oh, fabulous.
And those all will be available on the Spotlight website.
Excellent.
And, of course, they'll be promoted in the theater as well.
Wonderful. So if you wouldn't mind just recapping Harry's Angel, the show dates and where folks can get more information.
Okay, show dates are May the 19th through the 22nd. Once again, you can purchase those online at www.spotlightplayers.mi.org, or you can call the box office at 734-394-5300. And by the way, the box office hours now are really better because they go from 4 to 8 p.m.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about this exciting comedy that's taking place at the Village Theater.
Peg. Whenever I see you, it's my pleasure.
We will be right back with more Canton Contact.